Hello! So, in last week's episode, I gave a brief mention to my daily method of operation, and I said that I should do a podcast on that, and I don't know why I didn't think of it before, so here I am. I am bringing you an episode on daily method of operation, which is all about operating business better so that you get results. This is the stuff where you focus on the income producing activities to get results. So, if you're feeling burnt out, lacking in strategy, confused on your next steps, and you don't have a lot of time, you want to prime a ready to buy audience, but you're not confident at sales, then you're in the right place. So I actually created something, and I do a full masterclass on this, by the way. It's called the Income Producing Activity Masterclass. If you want it, reach out on social media. I have this for free. Give me a shout and I'll send it your way. I think it might be on my YouTube channel. And I talk about my crown system that I use for income producing activities. And the crown represents clarity. So that's the same as my charm framework. Everything's got to start with clarity. The R is for relate, the O is for open, the W is for win, and the N is for natural habit. So when it comes to deciding your DMO, your daily method of operation, right? This is a list that is never done. This is the problem of business. We create lists, we do things, but actually, the more you can create tasks that you can repeat, you can automate, great. Because these are what's going to get results, and consistency is what's going to get results as well. In fact, I've been having a conversation with a client just this morning about consistency because she is launching something new in a couple of months and she's not really been actioning the stuff in relation to this brand new service she's offering, and it's a great service as well. So I've used my charm framework to be able to get clarity on what she needs to do, how she can honour that commitment, and accepting where she's at and being able to move forward with it. So that was a great conversation to have because she's coming back off her holiday this week and she's ready to get going with it. So when it comes to this is a great example where using a daily method operation, having a set tick list of tasks that you do every single day to move the needle forward to keep you going on a working day, I should add, because I don't do them myself when it's a day off, but on working days, doing them to be consistent. And it's so that you can generate leads, so that you can nurture your audience, and so that you can sell. So these three things you want to be doing with, well, actually it's four things. You want to grow your audience, generate leads, nurture, and sell. Because audience growth and lead generation is two different things. Audience growth comes first. That's getting people to follow you on social media, join your email list, and then lead generation is actually turning them from just a watcher, a lurker, consuming, to actually inquire into it with you or showing some keen interest. That's what a lead identifies as to me. And then obviously nurturing that audience that you do have and the leads that you do have, and then getting them to take action. So these are the things that your daily method of operation want to do. So when it comes to this, I know that a lot of people find it so challenging. And last week's episode, if you've not listened to it, was all about creating a content bank. That means you'll never run out of content again. In that episode, I actually heavily featured on getting clear on your values, your mission, and your vision for your brand, because this is really important. You've got to have a clear understanding first before you do any strategy, before you do any marketing in your business. So if you've not done that foundational work, go listen to that episode, but also make time to do that work because the messaging is so important. And it's important to get clear on that. Get clear on the services you offer, not just the features, but the benefits and transformation that they create, so that you can create a connection with the right ideal clients for you, so that the strategies you put in place are gonna have an impact. It's gonna take effect. Apparently, I have got an issue with my recording. I don't know. Okay. So you want your content, you want everything you do to relate to the right people. So this is where you might want to grow your audience and generate leads through direct outreach activities that help you relate to your ideal client. So when it comes to creating a daily method of operation, I want you to ask yourself, what lead generation activities are going to get you visible in front of new people? And then how are you going to funnel those new people into your world, like fully into your world, so that potential clients never dry up. This is what you call top of funnel. This is where you build interest in what you do as a brand. And actually, fun fact for you, you need to be spending 80% of your time on these activities. And I know that most businesses aren't. Top of funnel is so important because the more you put in, the better, really. But you do want quality people coming in, like dreamy clients. So this is where your messaging needs to be speaking directed to who you are calling out. So this is where, for example, if you're doing something as part of your daily method of operation, you need to make sure it focuses around exactly the ideal clients that you're wanting to connect to. So for example, if I had a business selling cakes, say it was wedding cakes, but then I was going in posting in community groups that were new mums, then I'm in the wrong place, because these people are not going to be looking to buy wedding cakes. I'd need to be in wedding circles, wedding communities. So you need to think about where you hang out. The actions that you put on your daily method of operation need to align with who your ideal client is and your long-term business goals as well. So this is why we need to get super, super clear. You need to have actions on your daily method of operation that also are going to take your ideal client on a journey and open the opportunity for them to connect with you further. So the best way to nurture is through a strong content strategy. So have tasks that connect with your audience on a daily basis through content that they can access maybe on social media, through a podcast, YouTube channel, whatever aligns with you, but most definitely have an email list where you can use sequences and automation to nurture your leads on repeat and save you time. So you need to open an opportunity for people to consume from you so that they really get to understand the nature of who you are, what you do, how you can help them, whilst showing them. Show them, don't just tell them, show them. For example, through this podcast right now, I'm showing you my expertise. I'm showing you that I know what I'm talking about, and I'm really proud of the fact that I don't use notes for these episodes. In fact, for this episode, I've actually opened a presentation of something I've written before, just to go through it to make sure I don't miss any key points. But yeah, like, I just riff off it because I know this stuff like the back of my hand. So there are two things there. You want to relate to your audience, you want to get in the right spaces, you want to open the opportunity for them to connect with you further, get them following you, get them consuming your content. So put the tasks obviously on your DMO that are going to be around creating this content. And then another thing you want to do is getting that conversion. So what tasks can you put on your daily method of operation that are going to ensure that you convert? These need to be sales activities. Have actions that are designed to generate the sale. Get that yes. So what activities can you implement on a daily basis that get your sales message out in multiple places? Because people need to see things multiple times before they buy, and these days there is so much competition. So while selling, understand the journey that you are taking people on and what that looks like, because a clear client journey is effective. And then what you need to do, once you've got your DMO ready, you've got your list of things that you need to do, and it might actually change day to day. So I actually have a daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly and yearly DMO. This is the operations of my business to keep it running, to ensure that I get new people following me, to ensure that I'm connected with the potential clients, generating leads, nurturing them, and selling. So I have these lists, but I kind of have it on different things. So it's not that these activities have to be done daily. One thing I will say that when I am working is a daily and a non-negotiable is connecting with new people, speaking to new people and getting visible every single time I'm working on my business. But for example, bookkeeping is something I need to do to keep my business operating, but I do that on a monthly basis. So I would brain dump all these activities and then categorize them into when it needs to happen. But recognizing that you need to grow your audience, generate leads, nurture your audience, and sell to them and do sales activities on a daily basis is essential. So when you've mapped all that out, you can then take what you've created, these tasks, this method, and you can make it an actual habit. You can repeat it. So make this your daily method of operation. non-negotiable habits that you get done, and get them done first as well. Because if you start the work day, you think, I'm working today, and you start the day doing a bit of lead generation, nurturing your audience, getting content out, and selling, then you've got the rest of the day to do whatever's on your list, back-end stuff, work on your business rather than in it. But this is part of working in your business. It's needs to getting it to grow. And also look at like what has worked before, what hasn't worked before, what you've not even tried yet, so that you can adjust your list based on that as well. So I'd highly recommend creating a daily method of operation. But the biggest thing is your daily method of operation needs to work for you. So many times I see people create one, they might copy mine, but mine is not going to work for you. They might copy someone else's. They might create a checklist and do it for a week and not come back to it. Consistency is key. But also it's really important that you create one that aligns with you. So for example, just because I create a podcast and go live every week, you might not like that. You might not like content through talking or through video. I don't mind. I hated it at first. I mean, yeah, give it a try if you want, but it's about doing what fits right for you right now where you're at. So it's really important to notice that. So when it comes to creating your daily method of operation, don't do a task just because your business coach is doing it, just because your best business friend is doing it, or just because Sandra that you've been following for weeks has had success because she's got a podcast and doing it. No, you've got to be doing those. You've got to be creating content that aligns with you. So podcasting, social media, YouTube, going live, whatever content, email marketing. In fact, everybody should be email marketing whether you like it or not, sorry to say. But all the other methods, Pinterest, whatever, right? SEO, blogging, there is so much different things that you can do to market to people and to reach your audience. So choose the things that you genuinely want to do, you enjoy, you can do easily, because the easier it is, the more you enjoy it, the better the results that you're going to get, because your energy is behind it. So this is really, really important. Start with those things. Start with the things that you're good at. The things that you're not so good at, so you might be thinking, but Dani, I'm only just getting started. I'm all right with social media content, but that's it. And you might worry about that. You do need different assets within your business, absolutely. However, you can always learn, you can always improve as you evolve. I'm 11 years into business this year, and it's only just recently, I have done a little bit of this before, but recently I've done an SEO course. I've actually started implementing it. I've incorporated it into my new website build, which means the website build is taking time, but I'm on board for that taking time to make sure that it's going to grow effectively and get the right people on there. So this is something to be mindful of. You can learn in future. I waited all this time before I learned this. Next thing I want to learn is how to apply SEO to YouTube and build a effective and successful YouTube channel. I'd want to improve my podcast as well. Like, I know how to podcast, but I would love to learn or be more strategic and get deeper into the strategy to be a success with it. So really think about that. Really think about the assets that you have right now, and maybe the potential assets that you're going to use in future to grow, and the tasks around that for operating your business to grow your audience, to generate leads, to nurture those people, and to do sales activities to get the sale, to get the yes. Because that's what's really important to go on your daily method of operation. And if you struggle with consistency, then this could be the solution for you. This could be the gap with where you're at now and where you need to get to be consistent and to get results. So I'd love it if you could think about that. And I'd love it if you could let me know if you put this in place and how you find it. And I know one of the biggest questions I get, remember last episode I said, answer questions that your clients are asking or that your potential clients are asking. And my clients always ask, how much time should you spend on your daily method of operation? And I can never give an answer. I get these questions all the time because I feel like I'm fobbing you off, but everybody's situation is different, so I can't give you a definite answer. I say minimum 15 minutes. 15 minutes connecting with new people to grow your audience, generate leads, and then do some sales activities, right? 15 minutes. However, I truly believe on a working day, an hour should be dedicated to this, because real connections are built through conversation. So if you need to build connections and community, you need to be having conversations. You might need to be networking. So some things might not fit into this little window every day. But I'd like to share with you how I'm doing this week as an example. So right now, I'm creating a podcast episode. I've just created the one that's going out this week, which was the content bank one, which as at this moment in time will have been last week's episode for you, but right now I'm on holiday. So, I've just got back from my holiday, so I've not been recording. So this is part of my nurture activity. This is nurturing people that follow me on social media. It's giving them content to check out. It goes out to my email list and it nurtures. It gives you something you can create in your business, a strategy to operate, right? So that's me nurturing. I'll generate leads because on the podcast, I will tie in the services that I mention. The last episode I've just recorded, I mentioned my Time Rich Mastermind. I've just mentioned it again. So I will link it to this episode. So that is a sales activity by having it there. Today, I will potentially reach out to those people who have inquired and follow up. So that is a sales activity. I am on Friday off to a networking event. This is going to help grow my audience. It's meeting new people, it's following new people, connecting with them, having conversations. So that is an audience growth part of my method of operation to grow my business. So that's just a few examples of how I am doing this in my business naturally this week. And sometimes I forget how much I actually do dedicate to my own daily method of operation strategy, because it's just automatic for me now. I know what I need to do, and I say that I'm going to do it, and I do it. And it's really important as you lead yourself through growth within your business that you do that. So at the end of this episode, I want to just finish off with how can you compile your list, brain dump it. I want you to think about how can you grow your business, how can you get more leads, how can you nurture those people that are following you and are your leads, how can you implement sales activities to get the results that you want to grow. Compile this into a daily method of operation and you're on to a winner. Because you take these, and how can you honour the commitment to be consistent with this when you are working as well? Accept where you're at. And then if this feels overwhelming for you, take a rest, take a break from it and come back to it. Because then when you do, you'll feel better, you can take action, you can move, and you can implement it to get the results that you deserve and that you desire. So that's it for this episode. Nice, short, simple and sweet one, but it is one I wanted to share with you because I know that this one thing can get you results if you just implement it consistently. So good luck with that. Let me know how you get on. As always, give me any feedback. Tell me what you want to see on the podcast and I can create it for you. I'll see you soon.